Are you prepared for your death? That's a good question to ask. Are you prepared for your death? If you were to die today, would your family know exactly what to do? Alan probably likes this part right here. The easiest funerals I've ever done has always happened with the deceased had planned out everything for their service, because it took the burden and the pain off their family who are grieving with all the additional issues that they had to worry about, whether it be getting the casket or whether or not looking at the will or what the service was going to look at. And so it happens to be a good question. Are you prepared for your death? I know when I went to Israel, I was driving some of my folks nuts, because it finally dawned on me that I went over, I might not be coming back. And so I sat down, and for the first time I wrote out my will. And in my will, we got copies of that, I planned on how I was going to go, and I had to think about the disposition of the body, and I made the decision I was going to be cremated. And so I made that decision. I made the decision about what the service was going to look like. And then the night before I left, I sat down and I did the entire funeral service. Got it all out. I sent it to Emma and told her, don't freak out, don't look at it, just stick it in the computer just in case. But I felt comfortable when I left to go to Israel that if anything happened to me on that trip, whether the plane went down, or I just kind of keeled over, or with stuff going on over there, I got a little bit rough, and I ended up on the short end of that stick, that things would be taken care of. So when you go home today, part of your homework is, you might want to think about it. But this passage in the Bible today from John's Gospel indicates to us that Jesus was planning for his death. The story begins 6 days, Friday, Saturday, the Sabbath there. They're not quite sure what part of that day was. You know, a Jewish day started on Friday evening. Always starts on the evening. They count their days differently. So it was probably either Friday night or Saturday before the Sabbath was over that Jesus went to the home of a man that he had recently raised from the dead, Lazarus, to eat a meal. In fact, they're hosting the meal. Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, all having a meal for Jesus in the town of Bethany. Now, being over there now, I understand how close Bethany is to Jerusalem.